When I give my love to her, I'm thinking.
Hey guys, what's up?
What's up?
This is the
Jack World Soul Ties. So listen, you remember I told you guys that I have 4 boys, right? And this is my first time ever raising a daughter. So this is my baby boy. His name is Elijah. So since he came and snuck in on us because he just felt like popping up, he's going to say a few words. He's only 19 years old. He's a very, very intelligent young man. He's an awesome kid. He's what you would call a very peculiar child. He has my entrepreneur spirit. He's very humble by character and by nature, and he's the baby of the other 3. So he's protected, well protected, and he's just a very, very kind soul. So I'm gonna ask him a couple of questions, and he's gonna tell you how he feels. Now, remember that none of these questions were discussed before this video. So you're gonna get his honest reaction to some of my questions. And he may not like them all, but it's gonna be an honest reaction. Y'all ready?
Yup.
Pause it.
All right, guys. So I think first, Trevisha, explain to them the very first time you ever met Elijah.
All right, guys. I'm going to take it from day one. Let me tell you. The reason why we came up with this thing called Soul Ties is because of this kid right here. I did not know his mother. The first person I met was Elijah. He had to be like 5 years old in a basketball gym, and he wanted to play me for some money.
He wasn't 5.
Was it 5?
Like 3.
It was somewhere in between there. But all I could see is this little kid asking me, "I play you for $1. I play you for $1." So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll play you for $1. But this kid was making the shots. I was $10 in the hole. So what I'm saying is, that's why I said it was a soul tie, because I met him before I met his mother. And that's our little story.
So we'll kind of have a video later on the discrepancies of how she met him, which gets a little messy. But like I told you guys before, we're going to be very transparent because this is our life, and we want to put this platform out so you guys can learn from our mistakes. So now I have some questions for Elijah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun.
So Elijah, when you first heard that I was going to marry Trevisha, and you being your mother, how did you feel? Honest.
That's true. More so like relieved because
Just leave it, baby.
y'all always kind of went back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like they might well get married. It's kind of like a relief. Yeah, like if I was to choose anybody that you would been with, it would have been Trevisha. That's the most connection I had with you. So.
That's why I was saying. I fell in love with him first before
Now, believe it or not, this wasn't rehearsed, so I never knew how Elijah felt. Sometimes being a parent, we don't ask these questions because we're afraid of the answer. Not that I thought that they had a problem with each other, but you just don't know how kids feel. So that makes me happy. All right, so my next question is: did you want to say anything else, Ivy?
I was surprised either though. I kind of heard you talking about it. Like back in the house apartment, he was like, "I'm gonna get married regardless of," you know what I'm saying? I remember the conversation, so I kind of knew like it was coming soon.
Now, to piggyback off Elijah, I said I was getting married, whether it was her or not, because at the time we had a very rocky start. And we're going to get into that, And when I say rocky, I don't mean that the love wasn't there. We were very young. So we went through a lot, and we had to grow a lot, and it wasn't our season or our time. So I made up in my mind and in my heart, since I was getting older, that I was going to be married whether she decided she was going to, bring it on in or not. So we'll get back to that.
We'll get back to that. That was the worst phone call of my life, but we'll get back to that.
Okay.
So to get us here to this position, what we are now.
Exactly. All right, so Elijah, you ready for another question? So when you found out that I was moving, so I moved out, and Trevisha and I moved together, and she came from Texas to make this union. So she did a very it took a lot of strength for her to make the transition that she made. So I moved and we got a place together, and Elijah got his own apartment and he was no longer with mommy. So Elijah, my question to you is, how did you feel when I was moving and leaving you? Did you feel afraid to take on life, or how did you feel?
I was more so like anxious. Like I was curious on like how the next chapter of my life gonna be, like how well I'm gonna like pay the bills, and you know, it's easy to say that you can do something, but you don't know until you're in a position. I kind of like anxious, but kind of scared, because like I wouldn't have no more help. I was kind of scared, but more just like, you know, I'm kind of ready to see like I rather make my mistakes now versus later on in my life. So it was kind of cool to me.
Okay. I figured that. I kind of knew that. I went off. I used to drive 18-wheelers. So once I got my CDL license, Elijah was in college. So we had a little bridge of time alone where he was in school and I was out on the road. So by him being a baby, he's the closest to me. But by us having that expanded time apart from each other, I kind of knew he was prepared for me to move. But I do remember him always saying, "Mom, I want you to be alone." You remember that? You know, because he was always like, "You all right? You good?" So I kind of feel like putting me in Trevisha's hands was like, you know, a relief for him in some aspects. All right, last question. You ready?
Uh-oh.
I know your brothers don't talk to you about something. So did either of your brothers object to this marriage? Either of them. They ain't gonna do nothing to you. They're not gonna, they ain't gonna do nothing to you. Did any of them call and say, what?
Like opposed? Like opposed to it?
Yeah.
No. We definitely had a conversation about it, but it wasn't an opposed type of thing.
Y'all had a conversation?
Yeah, me, Big Man, and Pig, we all had a conversation about it. Not together, but separately.
Right.
Yeah, but it wasn't like an opposed thing until like, you know, about that time.
You can't get into the bros conversation like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right, no, I was curious.
You gonna let Elijah lose his bro card, man. He's the baby now. Y'all see who we get asked questions. You always get the baby.
Uh-huh. All right, so you guys got to meet Elijah. So we thank you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, right? To our YouTube channel. We're going to put the links below so that you can subscribe. But we love you very much. Do you have something you want to say about? Oh, let's ask Kai.
Let's ask Kai.
How you feel about having a big brother? How you feel? Well, she's always liked Elijah for some reason.
Yeah, she loves
Yeah, she's always liked
That's
Elijah.
her favorite. That's her favorite.
Why?
Nah, she camera shy.
Come on, they waiting for your
I
response.
don't know.
You don't know why you like Elijah? You ask him 1,000 questions every time he pop up.
Because I never get to see him a lot.
Oh, you want to see him more?
Yeah.
How I feel having a big brother? You know ain't nobody gonna bother you, huh? That's right. All right, guys. So that's it for today's episode of Jack's World Soul Ties, and we'll get back with you guys later. Y'all good?
Oh, we good.
All right, we love you.
Yeah.
Peace
Stay
out.
tuned.
I hope we ain't like, what you call it?
But you have to stop the video.
Hustle and flow. Cut the fan. God, the fan was going the whole time.
Hey guys, what's up?
Oh, what's up, guys?
I'm just doing my stuff on my computer. I'm not going to homeschool. I'll go to school.
When you go to school?
Tomorrow?
You already been to school? This is your first day?
Nope, I've been to school.
You like your school?